I'm Teacher Robin. Welcome to another live streaming class. If this is your first time to join us, let me explain how the classes work. Today we're going to talk about parallel structures in English. So if you have a question during the class, write your question in the comments and I'll answer it at the end of the class. I also have a few questions for you at the end of my lesson to check what we've learned today, and you can write your answers in the comment section as well. So before we move on to today's topic, let's review what we learned in last week's class in case you missed it. We learned how to order takeout in English. So if you're traveling to an English-speaking country and you want to order something to eat at home or at your hotel, your Airbnb, we looked at how to do this on the phone, so how to the correct vocabulary to use on the phone when you're placing an order. Also how to make special requests or ask for special menus, how to explain if you have a food allergy, and then how to talk about payments by card, in cash, etc. So if you missed the class and you want to watch it again, go to the video section of our Facebook page, and there you can find all of our previous classes so you can watch them again as many times as you want. You can tag someone you think might want to watch the class as well, or you can share them on your own Facebook page. Okay, so today we're going to talk about an advanced grammar topic, which is parallel structures. Okay, so this is really important in your writing in English to use these parallel structures. I'm going to explain what that is, and this way you will sound more fluent and you will be a better writer. Okay, so the first thing, we need to use conjunctions in our writing to connect sentences together. Okay, so a conjunction connects two parts of a sentence or multiple parts. The most common conjunctions in the English language are and, nor, or, but, so, and yet. Okay, so let's look at some examples with these conjunctions. For example, every evening I have dinner, watch the news, and read before going to bed. Okay, so here you have three parts of the sentence and you're connecting them with this conjunction. So what are the three things? Have dinner, watch the news, and read. Okay, so here the and goes before the last one. So however many things there are in the sentence, the and, if it's connecting, will go before the last one. Okay, another example, I'd like to go away this weekend, but I can't. Okay, so here this conjunction is showing contrast. So on the one hand, you would like to go, but on the other hand, you can't. You're not available. Okay, third example, it was early, yet we were all ready for bed. So this is showing kind of irony, because if it's early, why would you be ready for bed? But the yet here in the sentence means that you were anyway. Okay, so this is connecting the first part with the second. Now let's talk about correlative conjunctions. So here you need to use two conjunctions in the same sentence. So they connect together, both of these conjunctions. All right, so correlative conjunctions are either or, okay, which is showing two different options, neither nor, which is showing a negative of two different options, or not only, but also. Okay, so let's see some examples here. We can either have dinner before the movie or after the movie. So here you're giving two options. After the first option comes after the either, and the second option comes after the or. Okay, so here you're giving someone a choice, either one thing or the other. Okay, second example, she not only cooked dinner, but also baked a delicious cake. So you're saying in addition to one thing, she did something else as well. Okay, I see Mao says hello from Cambodia. That's great. I'm glad that you're watching. If anyone else wants to say hello, or if you have a question, please feel free to write it in the comments. So let's continue with verb coordination. Okay, this is really important to sound fluent in English and to write correctly. We need to always maintain in the sentence the same structure. So let me show you two different sentences, but the meaning is the same, but they have a different verb tense, and they maintain the verb tense throughout the sentence. So the first one is in the infinitive. George loves to swim. to play football, and to run. Okay, so here you have 3 different things that he likes to do, and you say them, or we're expressing them in the infinitive. Now we can also express them in the gerund form, but we have to maintain that throughout. So George loves swimming, playing football, and running. So it would not be correct to use a combination of both. It doesn't sound right. You wouldn't say George loves to swim, playing football, and running, or George loves running, to swim, and playing football. No, you need to choose one. Both are correct, but you need to maintain the same structure throughout, okay? Clauses. So remember, a clause is a part of a sentence that contains a subject and a verb. So in one sentence, you may have multiple clauses, okay? But within the clause, you need to maintain the same form. For example, our teacher told us that we need to improve and that we need to study every day. Okay, so here you have the same subject and the verb in the same tense. So in this case, the subject is we in this part of the clause, and the verb is need in the present simple. Okay, another example. We can talk before the class begins or after it is over. Okay, so here you're giving options. The first option is the preposition before, and then the class begins is in the present tense, and then you have your conjunction or, and then a preposition after, and then a clause in the present simple again. It is over. Okay? Now lists. Okay, this is similar when you're making a list, when you are listing off a number of items, you need to make sure again that this follows the same structure. So let's look at an example. I love dogs because they are faithful, they are intelligent, and they love playing. Okay, so here the they and the verb is all in the present tense. So they are or they love, this is the present simple, okay? So when you're listing off these, in this case, reasons, the reasons why I love dogs, you need to maintain this structure. All right, now let's practice together. So we're going to put together all of this information I've just given you, and I want you to practice by writing in the comments. So my first question is, or my first example, my first challenge for you, write an example with the conjunction but, okay? Try to think of a sentence and write it with an example with but. My second question, write a list maintaining the same form. Okay, so remember a list has multiple things in it. And write an example with either or. So remember, either or is when you are expressing two or more options. So see if you can answer all 3 of these questions correctly. Okay, this is your challenge. As you are doing that, let me tell you more about our course here at ABBA. We have a complete course from beginners to business level. Our course has 144 units. Each unit has a short film. Then you watch a video class explaining the grammar, and then you have exercises to practice all of your skills: reading, writing, speaking, and listening. Okay, so if you want more information about our course, you can visit our website, and there you can sign up with us. If you want to start as a free student, then you will have access to all of the video classes as well as the first unit of each level. If you then decide to go premium, you will have access to all of the course content, as well as you'll be able to write your teacher through our messenger system. So you can be assigned to a teacher like me who you can write to anytime that you have a question. In addition to our course, we have many other resources for you to practice your English. So things like our blog, our ABBA journal, there you can find more information about grammar topics like today's topic, parallel structures. You can find more information there. You can also find articles about English for travel, English for business, how to improve your skills. It's a really, really good resource, and there's so many articles there, and it's translated in many languages, so this is useful for you. And we are also on all of the social media networks like Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram. I especially encourage you to check us out on Instagram, because there we have stories that we post every day, as well as daily topics, so you can learn a few quick tips every day as you are on your way to work, for example. It's very convenient. All right, so let's see if anyone has written a question. As of now, we don't have any. I think people are still thinking about their answers, so that's fine. Please, if you do want to answer or you want me to correct something, then feel free to write it in the comments and I'll get back to you later on. Okay, so let me tell you about next week's topic. Next week, we're going to talk about traditions and food, because as we are sort of entering the holiday season, we're halfway through November. Thanksgiving is coming up, Christmas, and other holidays celebrated around the world. So we want to give you the information of how to talk about how you celebrate these traditions and the different food that you eat, because we love talking about food here at ABBA. Okay, so please join us for that. I have a question. Let's see, from Frmisk. Sorry if I mispronounced that. Could you use either instead of neither and to instead of so? Okay, so to answer the first part, the parallel structures are either or is one structure and the other one is neither nor. Okay, so you wouldn't say neither or either nor. It has to be either or when you are expressing two options, and neither nor when you are expressing the impossibility, basically, of two options. Okay, and the second part, to instead of so. So to is another way to say also or in addition, and so is expressing a result. So like, I didn't understand parallel structures, so I watched the class today. Okay, so that's not exactly the same, but thank you for asking that, and I hope I cleared that up for you. Okay, if there are no more questions for now, then I invite you to keep writing in the comments, and please join us next week when we're talking about holiday traditions and food. So have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.